It's that time of the month again. It's time for the Gacha revenue report. A day later because I don't like dealing with April Fool's crap. So we're just gonna go ahead as quickly as I can so we can get to the good stuff. Go through the entire list and we'll see at the end. Nothing too big that came out in March. We did get Star Savior, but I don't know how much of an impact that had. But from there, let's go ahead and see what we got. So I don't recognize, well, I mean, I recognize, but none of these are really too important from the bottom. Astra probably will not last much longer. Star Sailors is the first I've ever heard of it. Ash Echoes has really fallen off. Girls Frontline, Eversoul is finally coming down to the bottom. I don't expect it to last much longer. Actually, this is quite a drop for them. It's kind of interesting. Resonant Solstice, this one I don't think will last long. Never heard of Heaven Hells Anime Squad RPG. Okay, Snowbreak collapsed because it has been offline. I am really hopeful that this is going to be the most improved next month. Because hopefully it comes back online. People give it a ton of support to deal with what they've gone through, and we'll see how it goes. It's all we can hope for. Have not played Snowbreak Containment Zone in almost a month. I believe it shut down like on the 3rd or 4th of March, and we don't know why it shut down. We're just hopeful that it comes back in April. Still, it managed to make, like in the 3 days that it was up, it managed to make 132,000, so not bad. Let's see, continuing on. Warbids, man, this game deserves more. It's kind of a shame. Starseed looks like it got a breath of life in it. I don't think that'll last long. Dolphin Wave, probably another one that could have done a lot better if they went outside Japan, but it's too late now. Outer Plane, I think, will consistently go down, and it, like, it's a Smilegate title, and I think eventually it's gonna fall apart. Dislight is finally going down. It's been open for so many years, and I'm surprised it's lasted this long, but it's really not that great. Funny, I think the thing that really gave it its death knell was Etheria Restart, because it was like carbon copy. Let's see. Paranoia. Oh my gosh. Paranoise. Never heard of it. Okay. Continuing on, here's Etheria Restart, continuing to go down as expected. Lost Sword, looks like no data. I wonder what's going on. I've stopped playing Lost Sword. Candelaria. Oh, Stellosora went down even more. That sucks, man. Mind you, it was the banner that came out was a cutesy girl, Donna. I like, if it's gonna make money, that's not the type of character that I think will make it money. Honestly, I pulled for it because I was originally not gonna pull for it, so I was like everyone else, and then I played her, like at her trial, and I was like, dude, this character is a shit ton of fun. So I pulled her. Let's see what character comes out next. But this isn't good. This game is, I think this game is solid. But they are struggling with content. They're trying to go down the Blue Archive route, and it's possible that they and others are realizing that Blue Archive's kind of a one-in-a-lifetime thing. I don't know. We need to see where it goes from here, but I love Stellosora. I think it's a great game. In other words, I can't believe Mekarashi's doing better. It's really, I don't like it that much. Maybe it's just personal opinion, but pulling for mechs instead of like an actual character is kind of a downer for me. Never heard of Girl Wars. Let's see what else is here. Princess Connect Redive had a huge drop. Man, there's a lot of big drops today. Slime Isekai. Another month goes by, and another month in which I say that I'll re-download Slime Isekai Memories, and I never do. Happens every time. Epic 7. I do believe that I didn't realize. I realized this in the middle of the month. I was thinking about it. Epic 7's revenue has gone down, but also understand that Epic 7 made an official switch. Not an official switch, but like I can't remember when they officially launched their PC client. And that made a difference. I just don't remember when it occurred. But some of their, I would say a lot of their revenue now comes from the PC client instead of normal mobile data, which is this is just mobile data. So it had to have been. I don't think it was. This is October. Yeah, I thought it was around September, October last year that it came out. So this would line up perfectly. I originally thought this was Chaos Zero Nightmare, but it may have been the fact that the PC client came out. I need to look into that and see when it actually came out. But I think it's doing okay. I could be wrong, but I think it's doing pretty fine right now. All right, let's continue on. Ooh, CZN, huge drop. I've been waiting for this drop for a long time. And it finally happened. I don't know what to say, because like a new like limited unit came out, but I guess she wasn't that strong, so people didn't care. Maybe the next unit that comes out will be popular. It's going to be a passion unit, we found out today, and people have been using the same stale passion unit, Meilin, for ever. So that may be something that people switch to. I don't know. So I guess this isn't too surprising because the unit wasn't broken. Maybe that's why. So I need to catch up on some CZN. But that's a pretty big drop for them. All right, we have Star Savior. So Star Savior's been out globally. I mean, in Korea and whatnot for a while, but this is their first time globally. So global launch, you know, quintupled their revenue. That's pretty solid. Will it stay here? I expect it to be, I would say, around where Slime Isekai Memories is. So it won't stay at 1.8, but I don't expect it to drop down to like 400,000. I expect it to be like in the right at the 1 million range. So I think it'll be healthy for a while, I think. Let's see. Big drop for Heaven Burns Red. I don't know why. A new Final Fantasy game. I didn't know that they released one. Fire Emblem Heroes. Man, I don't know what to say about Fire Emblem Heroes. They've kind of fallen off, and it's frustrating. It is what it is. Ugh. The game's in really bad shape right now, and I think they're desperate to get Fire Emblem Shadows to work, but it's a terrible game. I think their plans all went up in flames when Fire Emblem Shadows was met with such a poor reception, and now they're not sure what to do. All right, Path to Nowhere, still doing decently. Brown Dust 2 got a boost, which is weird. This last month was like the weird, like, ooh, we did get the Helena skin to drop, so maybe that's what people were spending their money on. So if you look at BD2, these big 6 million, 5 million are when they sold prestige skins. The skin that came out this month is not a prestige skin, but it's a regular enhanced skin, and I think it's popular enough that they may now alternate between the two. And if they do, their revenue is going to keep going up, man. I just want them to stay in the range of a super, super ecchi game and stop trying to show up on the side banners of a Pornhub site. Because that's what they've been, you know, kind of doing recently. Let's see. Blue Archive. Ooh, that's a drop. Man, a lot of titles are just dropping off. Jeez. Nothing big for Blue Archive. I mean, the last month was February, so that was like the tail end of some of the anniversary. So the drop off is warranted. Let me see. Where did the drop off occur? Japan. Yeah. Yeah. Tail end of, I believe, their anniversary. So that, I mean, it's not surprising. Let's see what else. Memento Mori still hanging in there. Oh, it didn't have any data this month. Limbus Company. I never thought I'd see the day Limbus Company did better than Blue Archive. Jeez. Alright, Azure Lane. I think it was half of a UR event, so got a little bit of the UR push and then nothing else. So surprised to see it only drop a little bit. I can't remember, but the skins must have been really good. Alright. Dragon Traveler, man. Still continuing. I had to stop Dragon Traveler. Like, I tried to change to Steam, and when I couldn't trade my data over, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Still, Dragon Traveler pulling out this much, and it's pretty much an idle game. That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. So, really, really bummed that I couldn't transfer my data to Steam, but there's not much I can do. So when I realized that I couldn't transfer my data, I just didn't want to re-download it. I was like, I'm done. So impressed that it's still doing well. Wuthering Waves. Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew. Wow. Like, I knew. I could go back and look at my video from last month, but I'm almost positive that I projected it would be about 11 million. Like, it would wholly drop to nothing. That's... Man, I don't know what to think about this, but this is the lowest it's ever been. Mind you, this is the lowest it's been since... It's the lowest it's been since launch, I think. Do we have the full? So here's launch. 11.5. Okay, so the lowest it was ever was October. And then this one, which was right before Renacida. So it is its, what, third lowest month ever? Yep. It's lower than this one. Third lowest month ever. Wow. I wonder... Like, I know Segrico wasn't that popular, but damn. Well, all we can do is see what the anniversary brings. Last anniversary was this month right here, and it sucked balls because it was Zani. However, it's no longer on an upswing like it was this time. It's on a massive downswing, so I don't know if Denia and Hiyuki will be able to pull in that much. Damn. I'm really surprised. Yeah, the god-awful Cube event anniversary, it's the worst anniversary in Gacha games ever. Let's see, Nikkei didn't change much. There really hasn't been much going on, basically in Nikkei, and there won't until May hits. So expect another dud month next month, and then, well, it depends. If they start the anniversary in April, you could see a massive spike in Nikkei. They may save it till May, I'm not sure. Whenever it happens, it'll pop up, but until then, nothing is going to happen for Nikkei. Alright, we have Fate Grand Order. Honestly, this should be at like $0. I still can't believe people play this game. Whatever. ZZZ, who came out? Oh, Nangang Yu and the Idols. Okay. I mean, they did their work, man. So this is Aria. Like 16.5 is Aria and Nangang Yu. And then this one is Suna. Okay, this actually isn't that great because this is like 2 solid releases, like 2 big releases. And this is only 1, and they only managed to do 3 million more. Well, I guess we'll see what Sissia does. But ZZZ's also been in kind of a rut. It's just its ceiling or its floor, I think, is higher than... Put it this way. I don't think... No, the floor's not higher. Because I think the floor is still lower than WuWa. But I think if ZZZ and WuWa were both to have a bad month, WuWa would do worse than ZZZ. Conversely, if they were both to have a good month, WuWa would do better than ZZZ. It's just kind of in the middle. This is a little concerning because there was a lot of hype around the idols and they didn't perform very well. So maybe it is that people just don't like that style, and if we see a jump in revenue when Sissia comes out, especially since Sissia is not going to be as meta relevant as something like Nangang Yu, we're gonna see where everyone has their minds, whether they're buying with the little head or the big head. We'll see, but I think that's gonna decide the direction of ZZZ officially. So depending on how that does, they're gonna make all their decisions based on that. Okay, so here we have Enfield, and I'm very happy to see that it only dropped a small bit. This was Tang Tang. I mean, this is its initial revenue, so for it to just slightly drop each month, I'm very happy with how it's performing right now. Could it do better? Yes. Do they need endgame? Yeah, there are things that they need to fix in the game, but in terms of revenue, like, they're doing pretty good, especially for all that bitching about its, you know, its gacha system and so forth. So not bad, not bad. You know, 6th place, Pokemon TCG Pocket, and then we have HSR, which this is going to be Sparksy, and I guess it does have Ashvale, but I'm willing to bet that a majority of this revenue is Sparksy. Yeah, this is definitely Sparksy's month, and this is good to see because people were kind of scared when they saw this 21 million banner after Yao Guang. People were a little worried after that, and now I feel like people, like, depending on Silverwolf and Evanesia, I mean, we're gonna see. Silverwolf releases at the end of April, so April is going to be a huge month for HSR. I would expect this to be #1 next month, without question. It's gonna happen. This is surprising though. Sparksy was a lot more popular than Yao Guang. So hopefully we get some good stuff. I'm so excited for Silver Wolf, man. She's been my favorite character in the game. She's the only time I've ever spent money on Honkai Star Rail, because I had to spend all my initial savings, like from the game that the game gave you on Sela, because I was just really unlucky. And the only time I busted out and got a pack was for Silver Wolf. Love that unit. Okay, Uma Musume. And then we have, ooh, very close, Genshin Impact and Love in Deep Space. Genshin was like a rerun banner. It was like Skirk and Escoffier, and I still haven't gotten my Escoffier, and I don't think I'll be able to. So, Linnea will come out next week. I don't know how popular she be. How popular she be. I don't know how popular she will be, but we'll see. I may go for her because I don't think I'm gonna make getting Escoffier. It'll only take me like 20 pulls. That's how far away I am from Escoffier, but I'm literally like drained. I have nothing in the game. But Linnea, if she can buff my Navia to be busted, I'm perfectly happy. Like, I got Zabai like kind of on a whim. I just threw out a 10 pull, managed to get her, which was awesome, and I'm enjoying the crap out of her. I want to do the same. I want to buff my Navia because she's my favorite unit to use. And I also love using Columbina with them, so I may just go ahead and get Linnea if she works really well. So that'll come out next month, so expect revenue to roughly stay the same, I would say, because this is after Columbina, or Columbina was here. Yeah, Columbina was here, and then here is no, Columbina was split between these two, I think. And then this one is pretty much nothing but Skirk and Escoffier. So yeah, expect I would say, oh, this is Varka too. That's probably why its stake list is the same. So, okay, now in hindsight, expect this number to drop next month. It won't drop much. Maybe 5 million. But it'll still be pretty high. I don't expect Linnea to be that popular. Plus, this was also these months were like the Chinese New Year's and whatnot, so. Yeah, expect it to drop a bunch. Honkai Star Rail is going to be #1 next month. And then, of course, the girls can't control themselves. You know, spending money on them boys. Sausage party up at the top. Otherwise, a lot of people decided not to spend money on gacha games this month. They went down. Biggest surprise, CZN's final drop. I think that's a big surprise for me. I don't know where it went, but I wasn't expecting it to drop that far. Here it is. So CZN, this is a surprise for me. And then also, oh, I forgot Reverse 1989. Okay, it held steady. Nice. I passed right over it. Good. Dragon Traveler still making tons of money is a surprise to me. And then I think the other surprise is the cliff fall that Wuthering Waves face. Yeah, I didn't think Sagrika, I didn't want Sagrika, but I didn't think she'd be that bad. I think this is also a lesson for Kuro in type. correct type allocation, because the element that a character is very important. And recently you had Cardathea as the biggest, baddest DPS out there, and so many people got her. And then on top of that, which people loved, people grabbed as well. And when Lene dropped, became a main, like a big time main DPS. So you had two wind DPSs that were really popular, and their idea was to, let's release another wind unit. It's just stupid. HSR kind of is doing the same thing with physical units. It's driving me nuts. You guys need to reactively look at characters as they come out and see how popular they are and change. I would like a good Havoc DPS, and like, they just don't come around very often. So hopefully they will look into that. The next characters that are going to come out are, thankfully, I believe, Ice, and I think she may be Havoc, but I don't think she's a DPS. I'm not sure. Denia is a Havoc. We'll see what happens, but they really need to consider those things. So we'll see what happens, but you kind of, even though I didn't feel Sigrika deserved this, you kind of, sorry Kuro Games, you kind of deserve this one because of your design of Sigrika. I still can't believe you made her a wind DPS. It's just, I don't know. Alright, so that's it. Wuthering Waves will get a jump next month because I think Hiyuki will make a lot of money. But for sure, next month you can expect HSR to be #1. And I want to see how strong ZZZ is with Sissia. Does it go up? Does it go down? We'll see. Anyways, that's going to be it for the entire Gacha revenue. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown. And, well, I will catch you guys in the next one. Yep, Torka out. See you guys.